Welcome to my daily review. Today is Monday, August 18th. You're looking at a daily chart of the Nasdaq, which melted up, continues to melt up. It was up, call it 7 points or 0.003%, 0.03%. Lighter volume today. Close at 21,629. A very boring and slow tape, I might add. A caution ahead of some of the big box retailers' earnings. Tomorrow we have Home Depot. Then later on in the week we have Target and Walmart. Then, of course, Jerome Powell's going to speak from Jackson Hole. So there's caution ahead of whatever he might have to say. I have a feeling he's going to be kind of hawkish, but we'll have to wait and see. Just going to observe what happened in the market today. Obviously, the Nasdaq not doing much, pulling back to a moving average, and that's what a lot of stocks did today. Some of the leading stocks, which I'll go through. I'll go through some of the leaders. I'm going to go through some of the themes of the session, and then tonight's earnings reports. So that's what I'm going to try to cover today. Yeah, the Nasdaq just pulled back to the five there gently on lighter volume. You could see the five is 21,605. The low is 21,559, but it closed above that 605. So it came down, found support. I wouldn't say it bounced, just kind of laid there. But it didn't, close near the high of the session, right? It looks like a little dot. Look at how tight this is trading, right? Yeah, very tight range there for the Nasdaq. But anyway, a positive session, I think. And you don't. There's an old saying in Wall Street: you don't short a dull tape. And this thing could possibly be ready to explode even tomorrow on, who knows, earnings, or it doesn't need a reason. Just buyers come in and take this thing higher. All right, the IWM was the stronger index once again today. Obviously, this is anticipating rate cuts, and we better get our rate cuts in September, or we're going to see some selling for sure. But when you see these small caps go up, there's a lot of financials in the IWM. And some smaller biotech. We're seeing some retail. The home builders. Those are the interest rate sensitive stocks that are doing well in anticipation of this interest rate cut. And if you want to, I say you play a little TNA from Keith Richards and the Rolling Stones. This is a three-time bull, and as long as this thing's doing this, right? 18 to 38. Yeah, I mean, might as well play the high leverage game if you don't want to be in individual stocks and you want to play the small caps. I mean, this is one way to do it. Anyway, the IWM, a little TNA from Keith Richards and the Stones. That's the way I would play it. Although, did I buy it? No, not yet. Um, yeah, I just don't really like playing the index and the the exchange traded funds. They're just not for me. I'd rather buy stocks. So I'm going to talk about stocks. And I mentioned at the top leading stocks. This is Robinhood. You want to look at leading stocks. That's going to tell you the health of the market more than the index. Robinhood, definitely leading stock here. What did it do today? Well, I think I have this on the five. Yeah, pulled back to the five, a tick below it, and then closed. I think that's an all-time closing high there. Yeah, 115.09. Yeah, the previous one was like a 114. Where's the 114.09 there? 114.63 was a prior high on August 8th. So all-time closing high. First time it closed over 115 for Robinhood. So just trying to do the little peekaboo out of this little, Darvis box, if you will. It's been 5 or 6 weeks. I'll go to the weekly here in a minute, but yeah, once it needs to pop out of there, that little box there, you see the tight closes. Man, this thing has been made that high on that Friday, 113.44. So it's been 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. Okay, so this would be the fifth week. All right. So probably need some more time, but definitely one you got to watch. There's that 113.44, as you can see. I remember I was on the golf course when that thing hit 113.44. I said, I'm not going to sell it. Um, I wait till it goes lower to sell, gets shaken out. 113.44 on July 18th. So yeah, it's been a month. And month exactly. Today is the 18th, Monday the 18th. And I'm going to move on to ALAB, another one of these leading stocks, pullback. As people, what's wrong with ALAB? It was really selling off today. Let me go to a 5 minute chart. Yeah, at the open here, as people are freaking out. Nothing wrong with it. 177 closed at 186, so $9 off the low. If I go to the daily, you know what? I'm going to switch up, if you will, here because I think this one pulled back to its 10. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Pulling back to the 10. There you go. Pull back to the 10, which was 176.32, and the low today was 176. If I zoom in there, you can see that there the low of the day was 176, and the 10 EMA was 176.32. So a little pull back to the 10, and then bounce close at the high of the daily range, 93% of the daily range. So that is what it would be. I would consider a bounce. Yeah, $9 off or $10 off the 176, close at 186. So that's a sharp bounce. So tomorrow you would look for that thing to follow through. That would be my expectation that it's pulled back. All the sellers, that wanted to get out of here got out. Now the program buying off the 10. So yeah, I would expect ALAB to continue its march towards 200, and it is going to try to break through there one more time at least until it actually does. Reddit, another strong stock, pull back to its 5. I guess I'm going to have to keep toggling back and forth here. This one's a little stronger than ALAB, just pull back to its 5. I had guys saying, if it goes below 233, this thing's going to tank. Nah, it's not going to tank. What was the low date? 237. Okay, and the 5 was 237.06. Funny how that happens. But yeah, it's just program buying there off the 5. So Reddit, another strong stock. These are the stocks that I'm pulling off the RS list at the top of mcstockcharts.com. Every morning it's posted at the top of the page. I think we had 25 or 23 stocks this morning. But this is BE and energy stock. They had a deal with Oracle, and they reported earnings. This thing, Tom Petty stock just not going to back down and just wants higher prices. So it's in price discovery now, man. Look at these big blue volume bars. This thing wants higher and higher. So I definitely wanted to watch. If you don't own that one, it'll pull back one day to the 5 maybe and give you an opportunity. Another one on the list. I don't know if it'll still be on the list. This is BMNR. Not a good day today. Down 5%. Traded down to, I'm gonna have to toggle back to the 10, right? Yeah, man, I hate to keep doing this. I think I'm just gonna leave it on the 10 here because I don't want to keep switching back and forth. But there you go. The 10 today was 52.96. Let me zoom in there just a tick above 52.65. So it did undercut the 10 and then bounced a little bit, but that's a nice if you just look at that, take a step back, that's a nice, 161. You get some sellers, that's a nice base it's building. Then you get this, 1, 2, 3, 4 days of a handle. So you might get another, couple of days in the handle before this thing find support and balance. That would be my expectation. Of course, expectations are broken every time, every day, I should say, not every time. Apple 11, another one that I had on my ready list. This thing just pulled back to its 10. Nothing wrong here. 432 was the low of the session. The 10's 431.44. So in spirit, right back to the 10, doing nothing wrong. Just looking at the options, somebody's expecting this one to um, get into the S&P before October. So I think September 19th is the actual rebalance day. But Palantir, another leader here. Now this one, one of the Andrew left from Citron has said he shorted it, and then today he doubled down a short. And I guess this is like financial suicide. You don't, first of all, the first thing I do in the morning is I want to know if the market's up, trending higher or trending lower. It's the first thing you need to know. The market's trending higher, not every day, but the trend is higher. Palantir's trend is higher. I don't know why you would want to short this thing. It's going to find support at one of these moving averages. Um, Today I went down to 171, 39, and the 21 is 169. So maybe it'll come down to the 21. but this is the different kind of software name. It's not an enterprise software stock. You want to short something that's like this. It's completely beaten down. When it weekly rallies up to moving averages, that's when you short it. Like it's done it time and time again since the sell-off, right? It rallied up here, it rejected at the uh, 200, rejected at the 50, rejected at the 50, rejected at the 50, and now it comes up to the 21, probably get rejected again. Palantir is in an uptrend. I don't know why you would want to short that thing. I think the guy's going to get steamrolled, run over. This thing's probably going to 200. Yeah. Why would you short a strong stock in an uptrending bull market? It makes no sense to me. I'm just not wired that way. Anyway, there's more leaders I could get to, but I'm not going to. I'm going to move on to some of the crypto names really were moving today. Wolf, Terra Wolf, WULF. This thing was on a heater. It gets extended, right? This is day three of the breakout. Thursday it was moving on that Google News, followed through Friday, and today, kind of probably some retail folks just jumped in, and they jump in, fools rush in, and then the pros sell to them, and they get left holding the bag. Although 1070. Close at what, 938. Give it a couple days rest. I bet you it'll take that 1070 out. That would be my guess here. Maybe a couple of inside days. Maybe fill that gap there at 923. Almost did that today. So yeah, they're not going to go straight up, but you can see nice consolidation, big move higher. Day three is typically, the 3-day rule. They usually need it. They run out of gas. They need a break. Buyers get exhausted, and then there's profit taking. So give that thing a couple of days. CIFR. This is one that I was mentioning a lot recently, and then haven't because of it pulled back to its 200, but now has rallied through all of its moving averages. Another one that's yeah, IREN, a little stronger than CIFR. This one was up 5% today. And then APLD, anything Bitcoin, Ethereum related, um, breaking out here of a base here. So that looks pretty good. Up 16%, breaking out of this stage one base, that cup-shaped pattern. Looks pretty good. All right, I'm going to move on because really, I mean, it's all about interest rates. And when I say, the home builders and all that, but biotech is benefiting more than any of these other groups here. And this is NVO, Novo Nordisk. They had news on their MASH. And also, the CEO, I believe, said they're going to cut the price of Wegovy in half. Yeah, I believe that is, or maybe Ozempic, one or the other. But these guys are in a battle with hims and hers. I don't know if there's going to be a lot of litigation, but when you're hims and hers, you don't want to be battling these big behemoths. This is a small, it's 10 billion market cap company, and you can see how weak it is now since it's been in this battle with Novo Nordisk. Novo Novo is in a complete downtrend as well, but these guys have a 238 billion market cap, and Eli Lilly too. These are the weight loss kings, or the champions, or the heavyweights. Hims is going to get the worst of it. This is like messing with the bullies. They're going to get punched in the nose. And if I was Hims and hers, I would just stay away from the GLP-1s and let Lilly and Novo and VKTX is another a name that's perking up, looking really good here, showing strength as it rallies through its moving average. You can see the short-term moving averages trading through the longer term on the weekly there. This looks really good here. A stage one incline increase, whatever you want to call it. But when you see the 21 trading through the 200, this is a trend, the beginning of a trend, a longer trend, I believe. All right. Some of the other names in the biotech space, just take a pencil down and write these down. I'm going to go through them quickly. RIGL just goes up every day. This thing's getting ridiculous here. Big blue volume bars. That's not Aunt Sally buying that stock. Somebody wants to own that one. INSMED, this is the one that got FDA approval, made a new high today, then pulled back. That one looks really good. ANIP, ANI Pharmaceuticals. I believe it made another new high today, 90.83. MIRM, I know this one made another high today and then pulled back. These things all are looking strong. INCY made a high, then pulled back a little bit. LQDA, I think this one's on our RS list. I believe so, at the top of the page. But this is only a 2.3 billion market cap. Yeah, up six, almost 7% today. MDGL is another one benefit from the weight loss wars. Up nearly 6% today. ALNY, another one. Man, there's just a lot of them here in the biotech land. I just think I've ripped through like 10 stocks there, and I'm going to stop because I think you get the point. This is anticipation of lower rates. The small biotechs will do well. All right. I'm going to move on. What else will do well? Well, SOFI will. SOFI looking real good right here. I didn't put it on my ready list, but I wanted to. Lending Tree, same thing. It's just a little extended from its moving average, but you can see it's breaking out from this long period of consolidation. This goes back to August of last year. So it's been a year consolidating in this, what looks like a double bottom base here on the weekly chart, right? It made a bottom, ran up, made a lower bottom. Now it's just ripping up the right side of its base here. Lending Tree looks fantastic. Yeah, 35 is lower than 30. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. 34, 55, 33. Okay, yeah, that is a double bottom base. All right. Not that it matters, right? A pattern is just a pattern. All right, so SoFi and Lending Tree look fantastic. Dave sold off after a strong earnings report. I'm a little skeptical of that. I think this is an opportunity here. It made this big run, right? I mean, 65 to 286. So there's going to be some profit taking, sell the news type of thing on a strong report. Now it's made this like double bottom base type of pattern, building the right side of the base. So definitely something to look at. And you want to get in. I want to get in if these shorter term moving averages, and if I move that to the five, if I could toggle back to the five one last time, if that five starts going through the 50, yeah, then I might be interested in Uncle our rich Uncle Dave. And another one, GDOT, another finance credit card payment stock. This one broke out. I mentioned this on our power earnings gap video, and this one pulled back to its five, found support today. It was up 6%. So another strong stock. I believe that one's on our RS list as well. All right, some other names. Defense was doing well. Let me see. Should I go to our old friend Halmet? Yeah, I think sold off undercut the 50, but don't sleep on it. One that I know is on our list is KTOS showing strength, support at the five. Rocket Lab, another one, pulling back to its moving average, now trading back through there, very strong. TATT, aerospace and defense name. Israeli stock, and this one's breaking out of a base today, up more than 8%. So that one looks good as well. I continue to mention these rate cuts, and as long as solar, there's going to be rate cuts. I think solar is going to be doing well too. It's home. It's most of this is home related. Some of it's home related. First Solar certainly is in phase. Boy, that thing's been beaten down. Wow. NXT, I know they got an upgrade today. Yeah, solar stock. That one's breaking out of a base up 11%. I think I put First Solar on my ready list today, did I not, folks? I think I did. Anyway, if if I did and you own it, I would sell some of that on a spike like that. Sell the spike. Let's see what it looks like here on a 5 minute. I didn't buy it, obviously, otherwise I would have known. But man, that's showing some real strength. All day long being bought, and the daily range 82% is the closing. Yeah, not bad. What else we have? Oh, Run. This thing is going ballistic. Up another 12% today after 33% on Friday. Thank you very much. And Solar Edge. And I know this one's on our RS list as well, showing strength. It's got the volume. That's less than a $2 billion market cap. And you could say that 32.45 is definitely an area of interest here. It made that high. How many weeks has it been? Went now only four. So definitely one to watch them. All right. First Solar's my solar stock for now. All right, the networkers. Tell you, I got a lot of them, man. Radware up 3% today. Not bad. The other one I wanted to look at in this group, EXTR. Yeah, nice little cup with handle pattern if you look at the weekly here. Yeah, just stalled last week. A little inside week after the big move, and now inside today. So the extreme is definitely one to watch. And then CALX, they reported earnings recently, had a nice move, and they're just grinding higher. So it's another networker. And of course, ANET is the big one in here. And also, that's a high tight flag pattern if we want to look at the weekly. Yeah, that looks fantastic. And then Cisco, of course, is, kind of the big kahuna of the networkers here. 265 billion market cap. Well, undercut the 50 on that earnings report. All right. Enough of that. Let me see. What else do I have here? Oh, I did mention the home builders. Yeah, definitely interest rate related. DR Horton, very strong. Um, Taylor Morrison. Yeah, just kind of going sideways. And then tomorrow we hear from Toll Brothers, the 19th. Yeah, it's tomorrow afternoon. They report. So anyway, that's enough for the home builders. They were kind of quiet today with Home Depot reports tomorrow morning. Some of the software names besides Palantir, GLBE, is up 6% move, not bad. NBIS got dragged with CoreWeave, but recovered today. This one sold off at the open. I did have some questions about this one. They're going to do this, folks. They're going to wiggle around. You got to let them wiggle. They're not going to go up straight up every day. And this one did pull back pretty sharply here to 68 and closed at 72. So yeah, don't give up on them. Robinhood did the same thing. It was down, like ALAB and Reddit, but they, buyers step up. CoreWeave, I did not look at this one today. Yeah, down 3%. Not a great response to earnings last week. ZETA, this is one that I like. I don't think I put it on my ready list. I have it on my focus. So I did feature this one in my post parade this morning. I like this one. I think it's ready to go. It's up 3%. And don't let it get away from you if you're thinking of owning that one. Unity Software, another one made a high on July 17th. Traded down to the 50, found support, now bouncing higher. I think that made a new high today, and that's why I have it on here. Yeah, 39.72. All right, just a random walk here. Duolingo, just pointing it out here. Nice move. 13%. Yeah, we'll take that, right? Um, Celsius, it's been a while since Celsius is going bonkers, man. Up, yeah, 6.8% today. Who else do I have? Oh, CEPPs. I'm just, yeah, I don't know anything about this thing. China-based company up 28%. Boot Barn, this one I did write down. Yeah, nice balance. Oh, it rallied back through the 50. So nice move for Boot Barn. Who else do I have in here? This is a random walk. So we're going to look at Open. This one, when they move like this, you can't ignore them. I know it's a $3 stock, but it ran up to 497, pulled back to moving average, found support. Now this thing is bouncing. This is like a meme stock. I'm waiting for Roaring Kitty to start posting about this, and it'll probably rip up to 25. Uh, KYIV, I don't know much about this one. It's a SPAC, blank check, 17% move, breaking out of a base. So just acknowledging the strength here. This is a micro cap, 427 million. That's a flea of a company. And then another one, boy, talk about highly speculative in EGG. And I tell you, this one moves a lot. This one's like open, right? Just moving wildly. Closed the gap on Friday, pulled back to its five today, which was what, 98? Had an inside day, but you could see how wild this moves. 113 to 98, $15 or roughly a 15% intraday swing. So day traders love that kind of stuff. Anyway, do I have any others? Oh, SE, another one that I should have had on my ready list, but I didn't, and I got away with it. I'm lucky. I'm going to put it on tomorrow. Nice inside day today as it allows the five to catch up, which is 172.58. closed just a tick above it. Not too bad there. How far above it is it? 2.7%. So maybe a lower open tomorrow on a bounce. I'll take that. Thank you for watching at mcstockcharts.com. We never give up. Accept and honor the great Steve Jobs. I do have one more thing, and that is tonight, Palo Alto Networks reported earnings. Yippee-ki-yay. Normally, Palo Alto reports a strong quarter, and then they sandbag guidance and it sells off. You can see time and time again, that's what these, big sell-offs are. These are quarterly reports. What is this? August. The last time reported was probably around May. So maybe right in here we get the gap down. This time they reported strong quarter. They beat and they raised, pretty decent raise. So I think this is going to stick tomorrow, this 5% move in after hours, 185. I mean, this thing was, 210 not very long ago. The cybersecurity names have been sold off with the software enterprise group, thinking that AI is going to solve all problems. But yeah, so maybe we can get back to the 200 level. We'll see. But all Palo Alto can do is report a strong quarter and raise guidance. And that's what they did. FN reported tonight. Not quite the same fate. Not as strong as quarter either. Um, so it's down nearly 3% after hours. Tomorrow morning, I had mentioned we're going to hear from Home Depot, and this is a big deal. I mean, this is a Dow Jones stock, 400 billion market cap. I mean, this is a big box retailer related to the homes. Obviously, lower interest rates will help a company like this big time. We'll just have to see what they say. Then we have the Boomer Retirement Company, the travel leisure stock. Take cruises. The Boomers are taking cruises, and they European, what do they have? The Nile, the Rhine, they're down there. Um, I'm getting my geography messed up. Anyway, these guys are actually doing more than just river cruises now. They travel, the oceans, and you can travel pretty much around the world, I believe, with Viking. But that group has been pretty strong, and Viking has been a leader. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they have to say tomorrow. Um, Man, the Danube, that's what I'm thinking of. Um, it's been a long day. I've been out in the hot sun. AS, they report. Now, this thing has been consolidating the base. I was thinking of putting this one on my ready list this week, but they report in the morning, and I don't want to have anything to do with earnings, negative reaction. But if they have a positive reaction, $40 21 is an area of interest. And then MDT Medtronics, this is a medical device, medical product stock. They're a 118, 120 billion market cap stock. So we'll see what they have to say. Anyway, thank you for watching at mcstockcharts.com. We never give up. Now I have to go brush up on my geography. Thank you for watching. Have a great evening.